Yeah, first and foremost, it's really as a coach not a game that you like a lot. There's a lot of different things going on. Control the game for large parts, and then somehow, some way, um, the game gets away from you. Right? You do everything to go back up, and then it really gets away from you in a very random fashion. So something you obviously have to watch back and see where those simple faults were, because in large parts you were in control of the game, and we've lost points again. Yeah, it's obviously his first start. He's been in here for a couple of weeks and adjusting into the team, but he's a player that has quality. That's why we've brought him in at this point of the season. It's always good if you can get him going quicker, but he has the qualities that we want, that we're looking for in the players. I think we saw glimpses of that, and I think we'll continue to see more.
I guess just quickly to follow up on Benny, he seems like a player that offers something different from anybody else in your squad, and it seems like he maybe had license to go looking for the ball and swap with Kyle anytime. Just talk about his role and what he provided today.
Yeah, he's an intelligent player. Not only is he technically gifted on the ball, but he really knows how to move in space in the attack. And to be honest, he does a very good job in how he moves in spaces defensively. But if you can have a guy like him and Becker playing close together, I think that gives you a different dimension in the games, and it gives something for opponents to think about. A little bit more directness, a little bit more of a player to really go at some defenders, and his combination play as well too. Like I said, he's been in for a couple of weeks. He's adjusted very well, or got into it. He comes from a background of football that's quite similar to what we want to play, which always helps. So I think he's fit in well, and we expect him to be a guy that gives us a boost as we go into this final stretch of the season.
Just the second half, it seemed like it was probably maybe more open than you would have liked, and I imagine this is the way that you guys competed. You probably aren't very happy with that.
Have you been to the circus? Sorry, do you want more than that, or that explains it?
Why do you think the second half got as open as it did?
Yeah, because the goals come very random, in random moments. If you look at that, the second goal, we've probably made about, I may be exaggerating here, at 20 passes or so, and moving the ball around, and then Ali uncharacteristically gives it up in the middle, and there's a clear path in the middle, in the central axis of the field, which should never happen. The third goal, just watch the replay.
Bobby, we're a very excellent team when we have the ball, when we have possession. But as soon as we stop pressing the gas, we find ways to make us more difficult on the game. And is anything that you're planning to address for the next following game?
In which aspect? On the ball or off the ball?
On the ball, we make good passes.
Yeah.
We are not able to finish. But when we don't have the ball and we stop the gas,
Yeah.
the other team takes a lot of possession, and we find ways to defend ourselves, and that's where the little mistakes happen.
Yeah, to be honest, it's tough. It's a game. You've scored three goals, and of course, you've tied it with a third goal. But when you score three goals in a game, you should not be losing points for any team. You just go back to it and you get better. We've had I don't know, 6 or 7 shutouts this year. It's not like we can't keep the ball out of the net. But I think this is game. Charlie usually is good on numbers. Game number 4, where we've given up 3 goals, 2 or 3 goals, 3 goals. Game 3. It's at least 3, could be 4. Yeah, you do that, you make your life difficult. That's for sure. Listen, we can, as coaches, we can work on things, we can do things, we can make things happen. Sometimes football is a cruel game, and the randomness of it brings you something different in the game, and we've seen a little bit of that this year, right? So we just got to make sure we acknowledge it as coaches, we acknowledge it as players. We take the positives, we take the things that need to be a little bit better, and focus on that. Because before these last 2 games, I think we had 4 shutouts or so, or 3 shutouts. So it's there in the team, and in the last 2 games, we've given up 6 goals.
Jerry Campbell scored one more goal. He's one of the leaders, and we were able to see Hamilton too. Now you have more players to pick on the offense.
Yeah.
How are you going to be able to use all of them?
Whoever scores plays. It's pretty simple. You score in training, you play. You score in the games, you play. They know this is professional sports. We're here to win. We're here to entertain. We're here to make sure our supporters are having a good time, and we're giving them as much enjoyment as possible. So you score, you play, and sometimes you're excellent in training, and the guy in the games is scoring. You may be great in training, but there's no position for you. There's only 11 until FIFA changes the laws of the game. 11 start, 5 get subbed, a few sit on the bench, and some guys watch from upstairs. It's the reality of the game. So we like that competition. It's great that Terran is scoring goals. Today we needed more, obviously. So yeah, it's always confident for him. He's doing a great job for us.
Well, we touched on it a wee bit earlier with some of your comments, but all 3 goals tonight you conceded were preventable at some critical moment in the build-up play. Is that something you've seen creeping in over the last few games, or is it just a case of one of those nights, let's just get back on training ground Monday and look forward to next week?
Yeah, it's not a trend that's happened, let's say, in 2-3 games or so on. It's a trend that happens every 5 games or so. It's there from the beginning of the season. You know, it's and one is just as problematic as the other because it happens. So you know, you have to work at it and you have to address it. The thing is when you come out of it, like we have, and we've had excellent defensive performances and so on. You need to keep on rolling on that, and that's the thing a little bit. So it's not a trend that's happening one after the other. Here, there's 2 games with a few goals, but the preventable ones they have happened this year in the season in random moments. And if we had the answer for that, then yeah, we'd really be magicians.
And just to follow up on that, this league now is getting this place from things are going with the top 6 teams now. Valor sort of creeping in there with their big win last night. It's going to be a terrific run into the next 7 weeks.
And what else do you want? It's fun, eh? That's it. And that, you know, I think that's the beauty of playoffs. You know, it makes things exciting. It gives an opportunity for everyone to be involved, to be there and getting there. You know, there's obviously advantages to being higher up in the table, but everything is possible. And I think, you know, that's what you're seeing at this point of the season. You know, it's every team believes, as they should, that they've got a shot at things, and that makes for exciting games, and it makes for interesting weeks for us as coaches. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Not the best. I think we started off well. I think we had a really good game plan going into the game. Came out second half, and for me, it felt like things just started to fall apart defensively as a group. And yeah, we just wasn't enough for the win, but we were able to get a tie at the end of things. So yeah.
Terran, as a player that was out on the pitch in the second half, did it feel like wide open as a player that just couldn't come back?
Yeah, I think so at times. I think at times the game was back and forth, and it left a lot of space between both teams. And yeah, both teams capitalized on that space. I think we need to sort things out defensively, but yeah.
Put a little bit more space between yourself and the goals. Anything else you want to add to that celebration? What's that?
Rock the baby. I think I've scored a decent amount of goals on against the Arc, so yeah, self-explanatory.
Terran, can you take us through the moment when you were in front of Aguila de Rosario? What did it go through your head? Make a left, make a right, up, down?
Yeah, I was going to the left. Obviously, it wasn't a good PK, but I was able to get the rebound and put it back in, so I'm happy.
You were surprised that you were not able to manage the ball and that you were able to take it in the second game.
I didn't even think about it. I saw the ball and I put it in the net, so that was the only thing on my mind.
How does it feel from last year to this year to be able to be one of the leaders in the league?
Yeah, it feels good. Of course, I think myself, I have high standards, so for me, this is where I should be. So yeah. Thank you.